Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 42 minutes past 7 a.m. and we are doing amazing. And in this first hour of conversation, we are starting with the conversation on self-love and a healthier future. It's actually not self-love, it's self-love. And I'm not alone in studio because I'm joined by two brilliant minds that are going to help us disseminate this conversation, even as we preempt on tomorrow, the 13th of February, which is World Condoms Day. So we are about to have that conversation at length. So let's jump right into it. Let's start. We say ladies first. Okay, Nancy, say hi to us. Tell us what you do and who you are.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Nancy. I'm a clinical officer with specialization in reproductive health.
Yes.
I work in the health unit at Kenyatta University. Yeah, basically that is my profession.
Yes.
And I deal with the young people.
Yeah.
I also deal with the whole community of Kenyatta University in offering general health care and also reproductive health care services to all our clients.
Yes, exactly. Can we first and foremost say a big congratulations to Kenyatta University for having such a department? Let's start from there. You know, the fact that Kenyatta University was concerned enough to give a whole department to reproductive health and to all the students, all the lecturers, every worker that is in Kenyatta University has a preview to this information and to these services. So a big congratulations to Kenyatta University for that. Thank you so much for offering such services and opening such opportunities for everyone right here at Kenyatta University. So that is Nancy, and we have another gentleman with us in studio, so I want him to say hello. Pia tuambie yeye, what does he do? And this is not the first time he's here. He has actually been here before. Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
My name is Stephen Obiero.
Yes, Stephen.
So Stephen Obiero is the chairperson of Kenyatta University Peer Counselor. And through that is also a local coordinator at Africa Student for Liberty. So he's still also a student within Kenyatta University fraternity.
Yes.
Who pursues education. And I'm a teacher of maths and business.
Math and business. How is that going so far?
That's nice. But the call was also on the reproductive health aspect. So that's why I refer myself as the SRH King. Yes.
SRH King. What does the SRH stand for?
Sexual Reproductive Health King.
Yes. All right. Okay. So Sexual Reproductive Health King is the person that we have on set today. And then that means he's the perfect person to have this conversation on World Condoms Day, which is tomorrow. And also generally on safe love and a healthier future. That is the theme for this year's World Condoms Day. So why?
Also, the theme is the reason why we came with the theme of safe love, healthier future is because we want healthy people tomorrow, and condom is the best thing that when used correctly, consistently, will give us a healthier future based on the environment we are.
Yes.
We are in a sexually active environment.
Yes.
And we can't assume the conversation that sex is taking place. Yeah. So we have accepted the fact that within our community, we indulge in sex. And so we want for us to get us a safe, a healthier future tomorrow. Yeah. We must prevent ourselves from STIs, HIV, as well as, and it is called unwanted pregnancy. Yes.
All right. So that befits that day very well, because we are looking for safe love, which in turn gives us a healthier future. Because if we practice safe love today, then our future is guaranteed definitely to be healthier. Nancy, tell me what I had asked this before even this conversation started, but what your job description looks like every day at work. What does your work look like?
Actually, it's very interesting. Yeah. It's very it's whereby it's very interactive, because when you talk about reproductive health, You know, basically, most of the time it's about in health it's about the 1%.
Yes.
And 1% is the smallest part of our body.
Yes.
And 1% is our reproductive health, whereby we start from our genitals. That's the smallest part, but very sensitive.
Yes.
So it's good, and it's a place whereby people want to hear about it more.
Yes.
They have a lot of questions about it. They have a lot of concerns, and they have a lot of needs that needs to be addressed on the same.
Exactly.
So it's very good. It's very interactive. It's reaching to the people.
So your days are full.
It's full, very full. Yes. Very full.
Like once again, I said, like, I appreciate Kenyatta University for having such a system in place. I want to go back to you, sir, just a little bit. And I know we said we talked a little bit about us being in a sexually active environment. Especially, this is a campus. This is an institution of higher learning. What does our sexual reproductive health look like in comparison to the activeness?
So basically, sexual reproductive health encompasses the aspect of the mental, social, and psychological aspect of life.
Yes.
Which resonates about our reproductive health choices that we make. So basically, that's what I can talk to it, and it touches everything regarding to our sexuality and our reproductive.
Yes.
Aspect.
So do you think is there enough communication had around sexual reproductive health in institutions like this one, and not just here at Kenyatta University, but generally where young people are mingling and intermingling together? Are we having this conversation on sexual reproductive health enough?
So the conversation haven't reached the climax, but we are in Kenyatta University is in that process of making it happen, because biblically it is said, my people died because of lack of they perished because of lack of knowledge.
True.
But in Kenyatta University, we want to say that we don't want you to die because of lack of knowledge, but we want you now to have that knowledge, at least help another person. So Kenyatta University is in that drive, and that's why they're now using the peers. So when you get the conversation from a peer to peer is more easier. And they are also bringing youth-friendly services in Kenyatta University in regards to reproductive and sexual health. So that you go there, you'll find young nurses, you'll find the youths who you can resonate with easily. They are no longer having old people to deal with matters sexual reproductive health. And that is what I hope to take place in other institutions. But the conversation haven't reached that climax. But with KU, soon we'll be there. It is still a journey.
I mean, we are contributing to getting that conversation to the climax. Yeah, because it ought to be saturated, honestly. We ought to have as much information on sexual reproductive health as possible. Take me through, Nancy, shedding some light on the ABC method and its connection to the reproductive health in general.
Yes, thank you so much. ABC, before we go to our ABC, we talked about SAFE.
Yes.
And it's good for young people to know that even as we go to our Valentine, SAFE needs to start from you. SAFE means to be away from harm because of the issues that are happening around. And you see, love is everything that brings about issues in life. So when you are safe, you are free from events that can damage your life.
Yes.
Being a student, you need to have a stable mind. You need to be able to concentrate, and you need to pursue your life the way it is supposed to be. So when you have issues that affect your reproductive health, it also affects your academics. So for you to be safe, for you to have a safe mind, because when you are safe, your physical, your social, your psychological, your spiritual well-being is perfect, and you are able to produce the best from you. So that's why we are talking about safe. So safe love, you have to be safe, and so that your body is fit for everything that you are supposed to pursue. So when we talk about issues with reproductive health, the fact that people are sexually active, and we have to agree that it is happening. However, there are things, principles that deals with reproductive health, and number one is ABC, and A is abstinence. When you are able to abstain, you are free from everything. You are safe from everything. You are safe from unwanted pregnancies. You are safe from issues of STIs. You are safe from issues of HIV. You are safe from issues of heartbreak, because there is nobody who is heartbreaking you because of issues of sex or issues of pregnancies. So ABC is abstinence, and what we try to push on is we say, if you are able to delay your sexual debut, it will be very good. It will be very important. And then the second thing is the B. The B is being faithful.
Being faithful.
Yeah, being faithful to an infected partner. That is very key. A monogamous relationship whereby you are both able to agree. You know your HIV status. You know STI conditions. So it's supposed to be monogamous and being faithful to each other.
So it's not just being faithful, it's being faithful to one person, and then also being faithful and infected.
Yes.
Because now if you are faithful to an infected person,
yes,
it beats the whole sense of this conversation that we are trying to have. So being faithful to one an infected partner.
Yes.
Okay.
Both from HIV and STIs. Yeah, so meaning you must have gone through a thorough investigation and a thorough screening.
Yes.
Yes. However, we still push the agenda of having to use a condom despite when be faithful. Remember, you don't carry people around. People have their lives. So sometimes you think people are faithful, but you really don't know what's happening in their life. The faithfulness comes from their talking, but it's also about their actions. So the faithfulness should come from without and within yourself. Yes. So the third step is about condom use. So condom, one has to use a condom faithfully, consistently, and correctly. Because if you don't use correctly and consistently, then you are not using it the right way. Yeah. Condom protects from issues of HIV and STIs and unwanted pregnancies. So when you use a condom correctly and consistently, then the percentage of protection is quite very high. Yeah. At least more than 98%. But when it is not used correctly and consistently, then it fails to serve the function of being a protective, being a condom, being a barrier, because it's a barrier. Yes.
Ah, okay. So it's not once in a while.
No.
It's consistently.
Correctly.
Yes, correctly and consistently.
Yes.
Yes, and we have props for that because we are about to delve into the heart of the conversation, because you would think that we do not need to have this conversation, but the rate at which condoms are used incorrectly and not consistently and not used at all is alarming. So I want us to delve right here and talk about the importance of condoms. Before we go to demonstration, because we have our tools of trade this morning, we are going to be demonstrating on how to use condoms correctly and also consistently. And that one is just saying, like Nancy has said, it beats the purpose of being a barrier if it's not being used. All right, so these are important conversations that we should have. So we have said one is abstinence. Yes. Abstinence saves you from everything, really. Yes. But then if you cannot, if you've already passed that threshold, then be faithful. But also remember, like Nancy has said once again, you can guarantee of your own faithfulness, but you cannot guarantee of your partner. Hence the third option, which is condoms, which you should be using consistently and correctly. Okay, let's go on. What are the importance of condoms? Once again, let us remind ourselves.
So condom is playing a pivot role in a sexual reproductive health. It is a fulcrum. It is the holding point of sex. And especially to our generation that is sexually active and that we don't know somebody's status. You just see Steve is healthy here, but you don't know his status. Saizi hakuna kupima na macho. So that's what you must understand with it. So it's very great importance. Condom is something that protects you from two great things in regards to contraceptives. Condom is the only contraceptive that prevents you from pregnancy and the unintended pregnancy, as well as prevent you from HIV and STIs. So it is having a dual protection. Yeah.
It doubles up in function.
Yes, as the rest of the contraceptive, they are there, but they prevent you from only pregnancy. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what makes it a very important thing in sexual reproductive health.
Yes. All right, so it is important because, like we have said, all the rest protect you from unwanted pregnancies, but condoms do two of the jobs: prevent you from unwanted pregnancy and STIs, and as well as HIV and AIDS. Let me ask a quick question: what are the statistics surrounding HIV and AIDS in the country as of now? Are they getting better or are they getting worse?
So it basically in country depends on the region, and region-based statistically we can say that we are in the process of delivering ourselves, because but the process will now work there when we have broken the stigma on it. So, but now we have the aspect of HIV statistic. I can say statistically we are making improvement because now if the conversations start from us, at least now you say a peer-to-peer communicating with others,
yes,
then now the conversation now improve the statistics, and soon we believe that the statistics will have to lower the number of HIV infections
yes,
in the country.
Yes. An important point is that now we are having the conversations as ourselves, which I think is a big step, because with HIV we've come from so far. The stigma was massive. We could not even have this conversation some years back. So I like that we as peers can sit down and actually talk about HIV. That in itself is a big step. But like Steve is saying right here, we have not yet reached the climax of that conversation. So we keep having it over and over again until we have had it all. So let's move on to the types. There are many types of condoms, and by types I mean male and female. There are many types of the male condom or the female condom, but I want us to talk about the FC2 specifically. We have had this conversation again, but for the sake of those who missed out on that conversation, I want Nancy to break down the FC2 condom.
Yes.
Yes.
The FC2 condom is a female condom.
Yes.
Which is a polyurethane. It's basically used by females when you cannot use a dual. You cannot use a male condom and at the same time a female condom.
Yeah.
So it's either of the two. It's either a male condom or a female condom. So the female condom, which is called the FC2, it has to be inserted inside the vagina, and it still has dual protection against pregnancy and against STIs and HIV. So it has to be inserted by a female, and at least 30 minutes before the time of sexual intercourse, and it has a very good protection. And also the enjoyment bit of it from the feedback we are getting from our clients, it still has a enjoyment part of it, just like all just like the male condom. However, the female and the male are reporting more pleasure when they are using even a female condom
Than the male condom.
Than even the male condom. Yes. So it's people need to know and to be to get more information on this female condom, because it's like people know about the male condom, but very few people are empowered and they know about female condom and even how to use it.
Yes.
So it's something that needs to be information needs to be given it out.
We need to give this information out there.
Yes.
So question, you mentioned something. It needs to be a whole 30 minutes before.
Yeah, at least a whole 30 minutes before, because it has to get the warmth of the vagina, and it has to be attached to the lining of the vagina. Because if you put it a bit earlier and it's not attached to the lining of the vagina, it's not get warm. Because it's when you have a female condom, even your partner is not aware that you are having a condom, because even during the insertion you have to direct him on how to insert. If you put it a few minutes, like 5-10 minutes, then it may not get the warmth of the vagina, and it will make a bit of some noise. But if you put it early enough, then it's going to stick to the lining of the vagina, and even the partner is not even aware that there is a condom, because it's just like the normal vagina. It has the warmth and the moisture content of the vagina.
Okay.
Yes.
So preferred.
Yes.
This is why we are having this conversation. So the preferred time is about 30 minutes.
Before,
yes. Yes, as Nancy is explaining.
Yes.
All right. So you are still because this is not the first conversation we are having about the FC2. Do you feel like we have a lot more people are embracing the use of FC2?
There's lack of information,
yes,
about FC2. For the people who know, they are really embracing it. But for majority of the people, they are not aware about FC2 and how to use it. They just, very few get to know about it. And those who have heard about it, they probably don't know the advantages and even how to use it. So there are myths and misconceptions about the FC2, that when you use it, it can get lost inside your vagina, inside your cervix. But it's just the myths and misconception. Otherwise, more needs to be done on the information, awareness on the importance of FC2. It's there, yes, but more needs to be done.
You feel like more needs to be done. And that is exactly why we are here, ladies and gentlemen, to do more. To do more, to create awareness, to get these purchases of this FC2 actually going up, and people been aware so that they can make their choices accordingly. All right, I think we have gotten to the demonstration part right about now. So we want to start with FC2 because that is the conversation that we are having. We have our tools of trade on the table, as you can see. So we want to start with exactly how to use the FC2. Steve, you want to take us through that?
Yes, let the boy child do it so,
yes.
so that the male in the population know that they also have the power.
Exactly, to actually.
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you again. So FC2, she has said it is literally made of nitrile. And the aspect of us putting is at least to adapt to the body temperature. So we have the FC2 and we'll use our cube for the vagina.
Yes.
So anything that is manufactured by man undergoes the rule of wear and tear. So the first thing, whenever you check any, be it male or female, you check out the expiry date.
Yes.
Because you'll realize that if you use an expired one, it would have not served its purpose. So you confirm the expiry date. Then once you've confirmed the expiry date, you check if there is any point within the condom, if it is any place that has anything that has pinched it or it has any hole. So once it is safe, you can also confirm with your hands. Once it is safe, there's a lubricant inside here. And that's another thing that makes it more, reason why most people appreciate it is because of the lubricant inside here. So the lubricant inside here facilitates the sexual hedge. So a lubricant here, but it is not gently spread. So for us to make it spread, we'll gently have to spread it. So when we spread it, the lubricant is equally distributed. The moment the lubricant is equally distributed, unlike the male condom has a serrated part. But for the female condom, we are given a guide where we are supposed to tear. So there's a point here where we are told to tear. Yes. So those people who are in rush of using their teeth, those who are using knife, so we have to tear it. At this point that we are shown how to tear it. And it's very easy. If you compare it to the other part, it is going to be tough. But here, it is going to be very easy.
Yeah, it tears easily where you have been directed.
Yes.
Okay.
So by this, the moment I'm tearing this, the hands are supposed to be clean. Remember, sex should be healthy. And healthy starts from yourself embracing personal hygiene. Yes. So your hands needs to be very clean.
Yes.
So when your hands is very clean, you'll have the condom. Here is how it looks like. Often it scares people, but the quantity is the same. So it has two rings, the inner and the outer ring.
Yes.
So the inner ring is for the pleasure, where if a man reaches a point, there's a double pleasure. He feels it, the lady also feels it. The outer one, the outer ring is there. It takes the surface, it adapts the surface of the vagina.
Yes.
So whenever you have this, if you want to insert it as a, you can insert it as a lady if you are there. But if you have your partner, you can also insert it 30 minutes before. Yes. And the reason why we insist 30 minutes, she had explained that let it adapt to the body temperature. So when adapting to the body temperature, this also will help our young ladies that go for parties and they are not sure of the uncertainty that is going to get them in those parties. Yes. So before they go to party, just like tampons, we have been having tampons and we walk with that all day. So this can also you can also have it before you go for a party. So in the two rings, how do you want to insert it? The moment you're inserting it, you're supposed to be in a position where you either squat or you sleep, you lie down.
You are lying on
facing
your back.
Up.
Facing
on
up.
back.
Yes.
Facing up. So if you're a right-handed person, you'll hold it by left. If you're a left-handed, you'll hold it the opposite side. So the reason why that you use the hand you use to make a eight shape. Yeah. It should give us a 8 shape. Yeah. This one, when forming it, this one doesn't need the lady to have the sexual urge of getting erect. Like the male one, the male penis must be erect. So for this one, the lady puts it prior. Yeah. She doesn't have to have, as long as she has, because sex is mentally. So as long as she has had it on the brain that she wants to have the sex, then she will be just prepared for sex. So at that moment, we'll have to insert it. Kindly for our ladies with stick-ons, this is now not your time. You can have your partner help you, because the nails might be longer and it might tear the condom. So when I insert it, But before now when I'm going to insert it, I'm going to insert it so that you see now that's how the vagina was hard. So it will, once I've inserted it, I'll use the index finger so that at least it lands to the surface.
Yes.
That's why I'm telling those with stick-on, the moment you're doing this, probably you might
end up
tearing it, and nothing will have been protected. So the moment I have placed it, it will have landed the surface inside there. So once it has landed there, yes, so it will 30 minutes later it will have adapted to the body temperature, and now it will have now aligned to the body. But now here comes a case where now we want to indulge in sex.
Yes.
So it is upon the lady to direct the male's penis.
Yes.
Because at times you'll find, for us we are rushed, we want to deposit and go. Yeah. But for this instance, ladies, you must protect yourself also. So you'll be directing the penis. But when you leave it, it adapts to the body temperature. At times, the temperature now, it will now take the lining of the body, the vagina.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you have to direct it for as a lady. So the moment you have directed it, you will now at least you will direct it for once. Then somebody will think that how it will enter inside. No. Once it had adapted to the body temperature, it will have now aligned. There is nothing like it will enter inside. But we don't say that anything is possible. But fewer cases is where we have had clients coming back and confessing they entered inside.
Yes.
Anything that is new in the market is taken for you do it self-trial.
Yeah.
So you do a first trial as yourself. Don't wait until Steve comes for us to do a trial.
Yeah.
Try it 2-3 times before you have your partner, so that you get its comfort.
Yes.
Because if you come and we try it, probably we might not use it correctly and consistent. That's now the aspect of first round we use the female condom, then second round now we hoped to now go without a condom.
Yeah.
And that is now the aspect of inconsistency.
Exactly. That is what we are trying to avoid with this whole conversation.
Yeah. Okay. So the inconsistency we need to now leave it.
Yeah.
So the moment as a man I've done my deposition and I've done it, this is now very important. The lady can still sleep as long as she's facing her and relax. Unlike the male one, where you will have now you remove it when you are still erect.
Yes.
So you use the tissue, because I said sex is very clean and we need to embrace clean sex. So you'll use a tissue. When using a tissue, so you'll have to, using a tissue, you roll it at least 4 times. The reason why you're rolling it at least 4 times is for the sake of the deposit not to spill out.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever deposited not to. So I'll say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 3 times, or it can go more. Now see how it's coming out. Very easy.
Yeah.
There's no struggle.
Sort of slides out.
Yeah, it's easy. Now that one, now once you have released it, tomorrow you don't know Steve will be the MP of somewhere. We don't know. We don't want the aspect of this is when I'm dead now. Somebody come, I am having your son or your daughter. Yes, and God forbid for that. But I know tomorrow I'm in the leadership of the country, and I'll be helping either the health sector, reproductive health, and doing those things. Yes. So we don't want the aspect of somebody coming that, oh, I had a son, I had his daughter. So dispose it very well.
Yeah.
And don't, if you're having the toilet, don't use it don't dump it in the toilet.
Flush it down.
When you flush it, it's called blockage.
Yes.
And that will also a risk to our hygiene.
Yeah.
And once you've disposed it, you make sure we don't want the children saying that, oh, we have balloon, we have found some milk inside. We don't want maziwa mala aspect.
Yeah.
Let's protect the society and make the sex serve its purpose.
Yes. So you also dispose it correctly.
Correct.
Quick question. The female condom is used just once?
We embrace 1 for 1 round, because I want you to imagine that I've deposited for the first round and I still deposit again. It will be very filthy. But we embrace 1.
So 1 round.
One round.
Yes.
1 for 1 round. previously we used to have FTC1, where you could wash and apply the gel. But we realized you wash, I'm seeing your skin.
Yeah. I'm like,
and
why are you washing?
So you wash and apply the gel. But now that one we realized, and that's why we had the nitrile material. It is very tough.
Yes.
You never see it is very tough that tearing becomes very hard.
Yes.
Unless you decide now to use a sharp object.
Or you have sharp nails.
Or you have sharpness and every other thing that can create a hole inside it.
Okay, so you advocate for 1 round, to use 1 FC2 condom for one round.
Yes.
Okay, that means you have to wait 30 minutes for the next round because you need it to adjust to the body temperature. We understanding of that we are in unison. And also another point to note is that Steve has said, try these things by yourself. Like any new thing, try it by yourself before you use it incorrectly. Anything else to add? We are running out of our time.
Something to add about the female condom.
Yeah.
The power of having to direct your partner. Remember when you put it off, let's just assume this is the vagina.
Yes.
So the reason of having to direct a partner, because of being in a rush, that's why things go wrong. You find that somebody puts it
in the wrong outside. Now we are getting the purpose.
Yes. So the reason of having to direct is so that you put it inside.
Yes.
But if the partner doesn't get support of the female, if the male partner doesn't get support of the female, most of the time you'll find that he'll put it outside and he'll push it inside.
Yes.
So by the end of the day, you'll find that you have used the female condom is inside and you have used an unprotective aspect.
Yes.
That's why they come and say lipotelea ndani.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it is very...
That's why he's talking about it's good that at least you try it on yourself a number of times, and it's good to communicate about it. That's why it is safe. It has to be safe because both of the partners agree and you say, I'm using it.
Yes.
But at the same time, sometimes you can even use it without your partner having to know, like the people who are doing the commercial sex work, sometimes maybe the other partner doesn't want a condom, but they are empowered to use a female condom because it's protected by the end of the day.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to add on the female condom.
Yes. All right. So this one even provides a little bit of more comfort and even less, I want to say less noticeable even in some situations. All right. Let's rush through the male condom. Again, Nancy, you can take us through that quick and fast because we are out of time. And then we are going to talk about Valentine's as we close and tell people, of course, to enjoy safe, healthy sex.
Thank you so much. Just like the way Obiro has talked about the female condom, the male condom, you just have to still follow the same rules and regulations. First, you have to check the expiry date.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why psychologically, mentally, you're supposed to be prepared.
Yes.
So you don't need to be in a rush, because if you're in a rush, then you'll not be able to check the contents and what is needed. So first, you need to check on the expiry date. Like this one is February 2025, so we still have a long way to go. Then you have to check if there's any breakage. That's why you have to see if there's any air coming of it. Yeah. And at the same time, you also distribute the lubricant, which is inside, just the way you did for a female condom. And then you don't have to use your teeth when you are opening the condom. Yeah. You just have to use your fingers. You see there is this part that you have to tear it. Yeah. Don't use your teeth.
There is an easily tearable part.
Yes, I've gotten hold of the nail, so my hands are a bit slippery. Yeah. So there's the teary part of it. You can see that part. It's
the serrated part on the edges. So just use that and tear it.
Yes. Okay. After checking all the other aspects.
Yes.
Then you tear it.
And it tears easy.
Yeah,
so
it tears
if it's
easily.
Not, you know you're tearing it at the wrong path.
At the wrong path. Okay. Then we need to talk about the hygiene. Your hands should be very clean and dry.
Yes.
Yes. And then now there are two parts. Now when you see there is this the condom, there's the tip. You see that's the tip.
Yes.
So you need to hold the right place, because if you don't hold the right place, then means you are going to roll it wrongly.
The wrong way.
Yes, and at the same time, the issue of burst condom come because you've left the tip with some air.
Yes.
Yeah. So just before you insert it, make sure you are ready, and the penny should be
erect.
Yeah, it should be erect, because if it's not an erect penny, then you are not going to put it on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit difficult. Then you hold the tip, and make sure you are holding the right place to unroll.
Yes.
Then you hold the tip with one hand, and then you roll it down with the other hand. Then it's big enough for all the penny sizes, so don't complain that it's small, like a dogo, nini. You see, now you see I'm still holding the tip. Because if you don't hold the tip, that's why people come with issues of condom burst. Yeah, because the air inside will make it burst it. It will burst it during the time of friction. So then once it is at the end of the penis, then now you can leave. So you see, you have this part. Yes. And now this part is also a space whereby the semen is being deposited, because you can imagine if you don't have that part, where will the semen go? It will have to struggle all the way to this other part. Yes. Then now you have your sex, and once you are done, then you need to remove it. But you have to remove it when the penis is still erect, still firm. Because if you wait it until now, because after the sexual activity, now the penis just falls flaccid. It's flaccid. So you have to remove it when it is still firm, and so you hold the end of it, and you unroll. Yeah. You unroll it. You can even use a tissue, but you unroll it down. You unroll it down.
This information we are getting is for making sure that we are using this protection correctly. Because if you use it incorrectly, it beats the whole purpose of it. That's why we are taking you through step by step. So you remove with a tissue so that it doesn't slip off. Yeah.
Once you remove, you make sure that you tie it vizuri, because of you see the sperm is inside here and the semen. So you make sure you dispose it well, just the way you have disposed the female condom. You don't put it in a toilet, because it's once you flush it, most of the time you flush and you leave, and the next person who comes will find it floating. And if it's a child, they remove and they'll start playing with it. Or if you throw it outside, they want to use it as balloons, and you'll find children playing around with balloons. Yes. And it will be very unsafe. So it is very important that you dispose it in the right way, and it's good that it gets burned. Exactly. Yes. Yes.
If you can be able to get it to an incinerator or your bins correctly, where you dispose of all the other things that you dispose.
And you use one condom at a time. Kindly don't use 2 condoms, because if you use two condoms, then the friction part of it will break it away. Yes. Yeah, it is non-porous and it is latex. Yes. Yes. And there are many types of condoms. We also have those that have flavors. Yes. Yes.
All right. So one condom at a time. You 2 will not help the prevention, okay? In fact, it is going to make things worse anyway, all right? And bad, and beats the purpose of all of it. So 1 condom at a time. Steve, talk to us as we close. A quick fast on the strategic placing of World's Condoms Day just before Valentine's as we close.
Also, the World Condom Day is there strategically placed in preparation of the wars that will evict from early November, late October, of having your pregnancy, or I got pregnant, or you infected me. The World Condom Day is there to sensitize people and break the stigma that are there in regards to sexual reproductive health. Yeah. So this day, which we'll be celebrating tomorrow in Kenyatta University at SSC room 12, is specifically there to give you information on contraceptive, how you can protect yourself, and give you a prevent Valentine edition. Prior knowledge, you go on Valentine having that knowledge, because we don't want an issue where we lose a young generation because of trying to secure and safe abortion. Yet prevention is better than cure. Yeah. So the best way for us to have this is disseminate information and tell them that we are now giving, we don't want to just tell you the problem is people contracting HIV and AIDS. Yes. We are now trying to give you a solution of you first abstain, because that's where most churches remain to say abstain, abstain. But when you're pregnant, they say story in your church. Yeah. Oh, the daughter of so-and-so is pregnant. Another thing, we not only give you the option of abstaining, we also take you to the aspect of being faithful. I might be faithful or you might be faithful, but Obiro somewhere from Maliwo land believes in polygamous life. I have so many partners. So we are now preparing you. If you're having a partner like Obiero Steven somewhere who is having 30 wives or 30 concubines, how will you handle the sexual urge? Then now we are not only stopping there, we are now giving you another option that can now help you we know that Obiero is sexually active, or that young youth down there is sexually active.
Yes.
And now is having the pressure of taking the girlfriend out. You have taken her out, you have invested on her. Then now you say now it is a payback time. And you realize that you ask a lady, what can you bring on the table? She now tells you, I can bring my body on the bed. Yeah.
Wrong answer, but let's move on.
So that is now, at times they give the answer. And now, we now tell you to use condom. And the aspect of, now the World Condom Day is now emphasizing on the usage of condom as it can protect you from STIs, HIV, and unwanted pregnancies. Thank you. I like that this is three-ply kind of a solution. So if you cannot fit in category A, fit in B. If you cannot fit in B, there is still C. Then those are enough choices, honestly, for you to actually end up making the right decision, despite where you are in the spectrum of A, B, or C. Yes, I want us to wrap up with Nancy. Just advice to young girls, adolescents, students in universities, especially from an experience point, because I know you deal with these cases on a daily. Yes. What would be your general advice to young people or to the youth concerning the, of course, sexual reproductive health?
Yes, to the young people, be safe. Make informed decision on your reproductive health issues.
Yes.
Be informed. Be aware of the things that exist on the ground, the male and the female condom. Make wise decision all the time, and informed decision. We have our youth-friendly clinic. We are there all the time. Come. We are there to listen to you. We are very non-judgmental. For those who are not aware, we have our Ghana 2 youth-friendly reproductive health clinic, where we offer all the services and we offer the information. So make sure you are safe all the time. Even as we go to the Valentine's Day, make sure you make informed decision, because your tomorrow matters and your health matters.
Yes.
Because if you take care of today, then tomorrow you are going to have a bright future. You not come with issues of unsafe abortion, because it's very unfortunate when you lose young people who have a bright future due to safe abortions, or they have to terminate their education because they have unplanned pregnancies, or they get issues of STIs, HIV that probably give them a bit of mental instability. However, we are there to work with you all the time. Come. We are there to listen, and we're very non-judgmental.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you so much for providing that platform. I want us, as we close, Steve, take us through where the peer counselors can be found, the locations, the offices, and online.
So peer counseling, Kenyatta University gave us an office that is BSSC room 272.
Yeah.
And now it has now broadened it. Now we have our branch at Nyayo Flat 1.
Yes.
So we are growing.
You are growing. A big congratulations.
So we have, you can come to Nyayo Flat 1. That isn't for those who are in Nyayo Zone. It's also a clinic that offers sexual reproductive health services. So then also we have our office, and also we have a Ghana clinic where we work within the Directorate Kenyatta University Health Unit. Online you can get us Kenyatta University PCs or Kenyatta University Peer Counselors, Kenyatta University PCs.
Yes. Like I said, if you're in Kenyatta University, you are one of the few lucky ones to have access to this information, to these services, and to people who are your peers. So there is only as much they can do, but they can actually be able to help without being very judgmental, or without being judgmental at all. So yes, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Thank you for taking us through the demonstrations. You would think this is information that is out there, but clearly we are still yet to reach enough people. So I hope that you have learned a thing or two on how to use the FC2 or the female condom, or even the male condom. You have heard about the misconceptions around it. I hope that you and I have learned a thing or two. That is how we want to close our conversation number 1. I hope that you have learned, and even as you go to Valentine's, happy Valentine's, remember to practice safe, healthy sex. Right? Thank you so much.